Hi guys, welcome back to another All Heart video. Today's video is all about stocking stuffer ideas. So make sure that you get your pens and your papers out so that you can list out everything that I mentioned. I have quite a list to go through, so let's get started. So let's start off with stocking stuffer ideas for younger babies. So the first thing that I'm gonna recommend are teethers. So this is actually one that I made for my daughter, and it's got a combination of some of the little wooden teether balls and also some of the silicone ones. So these were really, really good. I also included like a larger teether that she would like to hold on to when she was much smaller. You could get her something like this, him or her. I like this one because it also produces a sound, so it's almost like a rattle, and it's something that they can easily hold in their hand. You can choose to get some that you can place in the fridge because I know that cold sensation, they love feeling that on their gums, especially when they're feeling that pressure and that pain. So moving on from that, I would also include some balls. Now, I love this one. I'm going to try and link everything down below. I forgot the brand. I want to say it's Gather, but I'm not sure. But this one I love because they were able to place their little hand inside, and that way when they would swing it around, it would stay on. And my daughter really loved chewing on this one too, so it also worked as a teether. Another really nice ball is this one. Again, it's got those small little openings so that they can place their tiny fingers in it and really grasp it. So any type of ball like this. We also really loved this one by, I believe it's Haba. This one is great, even though it looks like it's a pretty large size because of all of the different little compartments. My kids were able to kind of stick their little fingers through the crevices and really hold on. I love that it had all of the different options of fabric, so it's a really great sensory tool. So definitely include some of those for your younger babies. So moving right along. So this could also work out for your younger babies or your older children. So this is a really, really good one. I absolutely love anything by Sarah Silks. Really, really wonderful toys. And I have to include the play silks. These are very easily able to fit inside of a stocking stuffer. They've come out with so many different ones with patterns and like little seek and find games on them. This one is my daughter's favorite. It's got the castle, so a lot of times she'll place a lot of her castle pieces and use this as a prop. We also have this one that's got another different type of castle. But these are wonderful, not only as a sensory tool, but also to help aid in that imagination. You can really utilize them for anything. If you don't want to go that route, then they also have play silks like these. Now this is a little rainbow cape, or you could even go as far as going with some of their rainbow wands, like this one. So there are a lot of different Sarah Silk play silks that you can choose from. And of course, I have to include the crown. My daughter has the pink and rainbow one. This one's my son's. You could turn them inside out so that if they don't want one color, they could turn it around and utilize the other color. These are really, really wonderful. And again, fit perfectly inside of that stocking. So let's move on to the kiddos that love art supplies. The first thing that I would recommend are some stamp sets. I know that Melissa and Doug has a couple of really good ones, and it includes the ink pad and also the different stamps. Or you can just choose the route of choosing a lot of different stamps that fall into one of their interests. I think those would be some great ideas. The other thing are stickers. What kid doesn't like stickers? My daughter and my son have just a whole box filled with stickers for their crafts. And these are also a couple of wonderful stocking stuffer ideas. Now, the next one I absolutely love. I got this last year and it came in a package of 3. I know that they have a whole bunch of different themes, but these are wonderful for parents to just kind of stick in their purse on their way out, because then you don't have to worry about adding a book and adding some crayons or adding some markers. And all you need is just a little bit of water. So the paint is actually on the side and it is water activated. And what's nice is that it also comes with the little paintbrush. So they just put their little paintbrush in the back once they're done. You could just tear out one of these pages, ask for a little bit of water, and voila, here they are painting and leaving you alone when you are out for dinner. So definitely recommend perfect stocking stuffer as well. Moving right along with the art supplies. My children absolutely love anything that has to do with Play-Doh. So I know that they come in an arrangement of colors. Some of them have glitter, some of them don't. Some of them come in the really, really small sizes, or you can opt to get the slightly larger sizes, but including Play-Doh and perhaps some Play-Doh utensils. Now, last year I got my children some utensils like these. Now, these are made out of wood, but these were perfect for all of their little creations that they would make with their Play-Doh. So something like this that you can bundle up, place a nice big ribbon around and stick inside of their stocking. This is really, really nice for all of your little art lovers. The same thing with paint brushes. Now, I would recommend going in and choosing individual paint brushes, because that's when you get into more of the higher quality ones. A lot of the prepackaged ones that come in like sets of 10 or 20 for children, they're not the best quality and they always start to fray really bad at the edges. So if you're really looking at getting them something that's good, I would recommend going into Michaels. Michaels has a really, really wonderful supply of art brushes, and just getting maybe like 3 or 4 really good ones in different sizes. Again, tying a nice little bow on them, putting it in their stocking, that's a really, really great gift as well. The other thing is, if you love, if your children love to paint, adding something like this in their stocking for those art days is another really good suggestion. Now, if your children don't like to utilize paints, then you can always stock up on Stockmar crayons. So they come in different sizes. We like the ones that are square, but these have really, really good color payoff. They're very easy for little ones to be able to use because they fit really nicely in their hands. And if you don't want to go with the square ones, I know that Stockmar makes regular size crayon ones. But again, Stockmar is a really great brand. And I know that I mentioned Play-Doh earlier, but if they like more like the beeswax modeling clay, then Stockmar also makes a really great option for that. So another really nice art supply are stencils. So I picked up a package of these quite a few years ago, and we still have them, and my kids still like to use them, especially now that they're a little bit bigger, because now they can trace really, really well, and now they can, you know, draw a really nice picture inside. So they come like this, and then you just pop out the little figure, and then they're able to trace the figure onto their paper. And they could use this, or they can use this and just trace the outside. It really doesn't matter. But these are really, really nice stencils. They come in a variety of different themes and pictures. So just kind of pick the ones that you think they're going to like and include those there. Now, I know I just mentioned stickers, but also washi tape. My daughter loves washi tape, especially the ones that are so colorful and vibrant, and they have, you know, a whole bunch of different little pictures on them. That's another great option if you don't want to go with stickers. And the other thing that I almost forgot to mention with your Play-Doh are like Play-Doh stampers or like cookie cutters, so that they can create different shapes. Now, my favorite ones is by a little shop on Etsy. She makes the most beautiful wooden stamps. So take a look at a couple of these. It's a lily pad with a flower. This one was a Halloween one, but they're so detailed and they're so wonderfully made. They even have, she has this kind too. So this one works really, really well with the kinetic sand. But again, any type of stamp or cookie cutter for their Play-Doh days, I think is another really great idea. All right, well, we are moving right along. So I know I mentioned the washi tape, but how about this type of tape? So this is play tape, And my son absolutely loved this. We actually just ran out, so I have to make sure that I include some in my stocking for him. But it looks like a racetrack, so they're able to place it anywhere. So along with that tape, definitely try to include some little cars. So these are the Hot Wheels ones. They sell them anywhere, and they're perfect for those stockings as far as size because they'll fit right in. If your kiddos don't like Hot Wheels, then I would suggest maybe like the small model cars. Especially if they're into cars, you have to include some of those in there as well. Now, these are two fun sensory items that I wanted to include by the brand Inspire My Play. I love this brand. I have their huge Inspire My Play tray that I purchased a couple years ago, and we use that for all of our sensory activities. Now, within the last year, or two, they've come out with a lot of accessories, one of which are these scoopers. So these are wonderful for little hands. They have a really nice silicone texture. So not only do they feel nice, but they're very, very easy to wash, and they're stackable. So very easy for them to be able to put away, and they fit really nicely in that tray. Now, this year they've come out with some tongs, and they've also come out with one other thing. I think it's another type of little bowls, which we also have. And then lastly, sensory cards. So there's so many different ideas in here. The cards are made of really, really great quality. And you know, it's hard enough on a parent trying to come up with ideas on their own, but these are wonderful suggestions, and it shows you exactly the supplies that you need and the instructions for how to set up your sensory trays. So these are an excellent, excellent idea as a stocking stuffer, along with the little scoopers or the little bowls for that sensory loving kid. So let's talk about the bug-loving kiddos. I know we all have them, at least one of them, who absolutely is intrigued and loves bugs. Why not include a magnifying glass inside of their stocking this year? There are a variety to choose from in different colors. I love this one, but this one actually came in a set with a couple of other ones that have different colors. But this is the one that is just a plain magnifying glass. But if you want to get a handheld one for them, that would be a really great gift. Along with that, why not include some of the life cycle sets like these? So this is a wonderful way for them to be able to learn the different life cycles of perhaps their favorite bug. Not only is it a great learning tool for your unit studies in the future, but it's just a fun little set for them to be able to explore on their own. If you don't want to go that route, then perhaps doing something more like this, which is the bugs or the animals in resin. This is a perfect item to include along with that magnifying glass, as they can really, really get into all of the details of all of the different favorite critters or animals. Now, speaking of animals, I also love to include little sets of like miniature animals. So these and I'm gonna butcher the name, so I'm not gonna say it. I'm just gonna put the name right here. But they have a lot of beautiful, beautiful little animal replicas. And this is a wonderful brand because their animals are very, very realistic. And again, for all of those kiddos that love animals or bugs or anything like that, then this would be nice to include. There we go. Now, for the kiddos that are really into geography, I would include these. So these two cards are by, let me see, it says Poptacular. I believe that's the brand. We picked these up on Amazon a couple of years ago, but it's a fun little card game where they would be able to guess either the location or the flag. So I know that they have a couple of different options. These are the two that we opted for. But they'll have to guess like the name or the country or the state. So these are a lot of fun if your children are really into geography. And again, something that you can add to those unit studies. And I almost forgot to include, along with like the magnifying glass for your kiddos, are a pair of binoculars. So these are actually an antique, and I gave it to my son a few years ago, and it's like his treasure. He takes very, very good care of them. He places it in a little box in his room. And they work actually really, really well. But I mean, you don't have to go the antique route. You can obviously get them something that is more appropriate for your child. But binoculars are a great way for them to be able to play explorer outside if they're looking at different animals or if they love birds. This is also a wonderful little stocking stuffer for your little one. Now, let's talk about the kiddos that love train sets. Train sets are another wonderful little toy that you can include inside their stocking stuffer. I know that the Thomas the Train sets, they sell them individually, so it's very easy for you to just pick one or two up to be able to fit in their stocking. And what's wonderful about these is that they are magnetic, so they do connect to each other, and if they already have a nice big track, then they're able to add these to their collection. The other thing is perhaps a train whistle. Who would not want a little train whistle to be included to make their imagination just that much better, to have the sound of the train come out? Or you can even add like a little conductor hat, and this could be a nice little set for their special stocking for Christmas. So let's talk about a couple of games that you can include in their stocking. The very easy and obvious one are cards. If your children love to play cards, I know my kids love to play Go Fish, so we always have a deck of cards on hand. The other very popular one is, of course, Uno. We have them in a Ziploc bag because I don't know what happens with the boxes, but the boxes always end up, wearing and tearing after a couple of years. So trust a handy little bag to be able to keep all of them sorted. The other one is this game called Charades. Now we have like a larger version, but just getting the smaller version is also a lot of fun if your kids love to act things out. The other one is this one. This one's called the Kids Scavenger Hunt, and it comes with 3 different decks. So you can include, if you have 3 kids, include 1 deck in each, or just kind of pick and choose which one you want to include. But this is also a nice, fun family game. So the other one is this. Do you guys remember the Brain Quest little decks? These are so much fun, especially when we're doing like trivia nights. I think it's just fun to kind of have around, and my kids just absolutely love these. So these are all pretty good suggestions. Now, we cannot forget Pokemon cards. My son and my daughter are both really into Pokemon cards. I feel like Pokemon has all of a sudden become another, I wouldn't say a trend because it's lasted quite a while, but I guess a resurgence, because Pokemon cards were, very popular way back in the day when I was younger. I know my brother loved to collect them, and now my son and my daughter are collecting them. So don't forget to include those Pokemon cards for those kiddos that love Pokemon. Now, if you have kiddos that love stories, that love to read, then I would highly suggest the brand Yoto. I know that the Tony box is a different one. I prefer the Yoto to the Tony just because then we have like the individual cards. But let me show you. So this is my daughter's Yoto player. I got this for her when it came out. I want to say 2 years ago is when they came out with the Yoto Mini. I snatched that right up as soon as I saw it because this is such a convenient way for them to be able to listen to stories or music or jokes or anything like that on the go. And it's just a really, really wonderful size. Along with that, there are just a variety of different story cards for them to choose from. So this is actually what I've been doing for our advent calendar this year, is that every day they have a new Yoto card to choose from, and then we'll listen to the story together. Or we're listening to some of the music options together. So it's been really, really fun. Instead of getting them like a whole bunch of candy or a whole bunch of little junk toys that just end up, you know, cluttering your house later on, why not get them something that they can add to their collection? So this is just one that I absolutely love. I stand behind 100%. Stick to Yoto, and you're not going to be disappointed. And it's just, it makes such a great gift and a great stocking stuffer. So the next items I have recommended time and time again, of course, are the My Lai mice. So I'll put in a few clips of past videos of our collection so that you can kind of see that there are just so many for you to choose from. We especially love the holiday ones for this time. And this year, perhaps there's a little new mice or two that I will be showing you in the What I Got My Kids for Christmas this year video, so stay tuned for that one. The other thing are Grappets. So we have a huge collection of Grappets in our playroom. They are wonderful open-ended toys. Along with some of those Grappet sets, I would also include some of these recipe cards. Now, these I picked up from a store off Etsy, but really there's a variety of sellers on there, so just kind of pick the types of cards that kind of fit whatever theme you're going with. They even have some where you can try to design a picture of a Christmas critter, like a reindeer or a wreath or something like that. So kind of take a look on Etsy. I know you're going to find a variety, and these are perfect additions to a lot of those Grappets. Now, the other thing are Legos. If your kids love Legos, I know they sell the little box sets or the little sets in the little baggies like these. But these are wonderful stocking stuffers, especially if your kiddos love being able to add to their collection. I would definitely try to include those in their stocking this year. Now, if your kiddos are into puzzles, I know that they sell little mini puzzles that are only like 50 pieces or 100 pieces, but these will easily fit into that stocking as well. So don't forget those puzzles at Christmas. That's something that you guys can do together during the holiday season. So another classic, another favorite is, of course, adding a little doll inside of that stocking for your children. So this is one by, let me see, it's called Hazel Village. I'll try and link a couple of different stores that sell these, but I absolutely love these. Look, they even come with like little bloomers and different, different hair color options or eye color options. So if you want to get one that looks like your little girl, then you can, you know, kind of pick and choose. But these are a lot of fun. They're really, really soft. They're made really, really well. We've had this one for 2 years now. 2 or 3 years actually, but this is a wonderful option. The other thing is, if you have kiddos that are a little bit more active, then why not get them a jump rope? So this one we found, let me show you. This one I found off Amazon, but you can really pick up a jump rope from wherever you want. But I opted for this one because it had these beautiful wooden handles. So I just thought that was really, really unique. I got this one for my daughter because she absolutely loves bunnies, and it also has like the plastic protector on the bottom, and it keeps things from, you know, fraying, and you can adjust the height so that it works perfectly with your child. So something like this is a lot of fun as well. So the other suggestion are the Holtz Tiger or Ostheimer wooden toys. Of course, these are wonderful stocking stuffers. These are treasure toys that they are going to have forever, and you can pass them down to your grandchildren if you want to. But I will show you a couple of different ones that we have. We have a really, really nice collection. If your children are into knights, or they're into, you know, princesses, or they're into animals, or they're into, you know, creatures that you're going to find in the ocean or anything, they will have it. Dinosaurs as well. So definitely look into Holztiger and look into Ostheimer because they really produce really, really beautiful toys. Now, moving right along, a couple of years ago, I stumbled upon these, I want to say they're like activity coins or favorite coins, but they're these beautiful little coins. And on the back side, they have different activities that you can do with your child. So you give these to your child, and whenever they feel like they want to do something with you, because I know that sometimes, you know, in our grown-up adult lives, we just get busy, and sometimes it's tough to try and plan something out or carve some time out in our day to create a special moment, a special memory with your child. So these I thought were really a lot of fun and a really creative way for your child to be able to do that. So there's quite a few you can choose from. So this one says read a book. You can read a book together. You can watch your favorite show. They get to pick dinner. You get to play a game. So there's so many to choose from. This was a wonderful stocking stuffer for my son. And I mean, we've had this for quite a few years and we still utilize them. So this is one that's kind of dear to me, as you know, I get to make really beautiful memories with my kids. We are coming down to the end of this video, and I figured I would leave all of the accessories to the very end. So one of which are a pair of sunglasses. Now I know that it looks really, really dark out here today out in North Carolina. It is raining where I live right now, but we do have our beautiful sunny spring and summer days. So a pair of sunglasses are perfect to include in that stocking stuffer. These are some that I picked up for my daughter. They look just like Ray-Bans. And of course she wanted some that look just like mommy's. So something like that is a great idea. The other thing are hair accessories. The other one is, oh, I put it here, a purse. So this is one that I picked up on Etsy a couple of years ago, and my daughter still has it, and it is one of her favorites. This one is made of genuine leather, and they have different options of pictures to choose from, but it's a really great size. And like I said, because it's made of leather, it has lasted so long, and I absolutely love this one. So the other accessory, if your children do ballet, like my daughter does ballet, maybe including a new pair of ballet shoes. They come in this really cute little box, so it fits perfectly in that stocking. The other one is if your children are into jewelry. My daughter loves bracelets, so I always make sure to include a couple bracelets in there, perhaps adding a little small jewelry case so that she can store all of her different jewelry pieces. And if you have, you know, a little boy that likes to put gel in their hair, perhaps like a little grooming kit for them. But that, I believe, is it, you guys. We've come to the end of it. I can't believe it. Oh no, I've got one more. So this past summer, we spent all of our time at the beach. And we were all taking surfing classes. We've all gotten into surfing. So the last thing I'm going to leave you with is perhaps adding some wax for their boards if they happen to have one. You can never go wrong with having too much wax in stock just for those summer days. So that is the last one that I'm going to leave you with. Thank you guys so much for spending some time with me. I hope that these ideas were helpful and you guys still have a lot of time to be able to order these. Thanks again for being here. And I believe we will be doing what I got my kids for Christmas, so stay tuned for that one. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Remember to like and subscribe because it's such a big help, you guys. And I will see you back here very, very soon. Bye.